Your messages from the angels are regarding a relationship in your life right now or one that is coming in soon. The first one that comes to mind. They want you to know that there is too much going on at once behind the scenes. It's time to slow down and see where there might be some stress or strain on the relationship that you may not even be aware of. They're asking you to take an even more playful approach to these relationships. And they want you to know these messages are meant for you anytime you come across them. They are highly efficient and they know when you will see them. If you don't know me, I'm Devon Duerr. I'm an angel intuitive and spiritual teacher. I always say a prayer of protection asking that I only connect with God's highest vibrational beings and the messages be for the highest good of those who come across them. So let's get started. While listening to these messages, take note of any person that comes to mind while you hear them, because these messages are not just for romantic relationships. They could be for anybody, like a parent, child, boss, friend, or colleague. They could even be about a future relationship that is going to be forming or changing status soon. Remember, because this is a group message, if something doesn't resonate, simply leave it behind. You may be getting messages on behalf of a friend or for two different people, so keep note of that. And also feel free to come back and listen anytime. Also, while we're getting into these messages, if these messages resonate with you, I would really appreciate if you'd hit that like button and you'd comment below what's resonate with you. Say you affirm these messages and let me know what you think. I'm so grateful you're here, and thank you subscribers for always being here. I love you so much. So let's get deeper into these angel messages. They want you to know that this relationship that you are thinking of, the first one that came to mind, has some very big strengths to it, but they want you to understand that this is because you have come into this relationship with an open heart, and you want to make sure you are maintaining that open heart. And if there are strains and stresses on this relationship, that you are seeking help with that support. Maybe it's a trustworthy friend. Maybe you're seeking couples counseling. Maybe you're seeking family counseling if it's not necessarily a romantic partnership. But that's where you're going to really bring in a lot of strength to this relationship, is by seeking that heartfelt advice and being open with your heart about this. The way you take relationships to a deeper level is you open up your heart and you receive the energy of the other person. So if you come into a conversation with a closed mind and a closed heart, that is going to cause more strain and stress to the relationship. Now, they want you to know that they see the way you are feeling a little bit challenged in this relationship, and that's because there is, again, that need to bring more balance into the giving and exchanging of energy. Are you over giving in this relationship, or is the partner over giving and they're feeling stressed, and maybe you're picking up on those subtle cues? And often I find that it's not even necessarily between the two people. It could be that you're in a relationship. Let's use the example of a spouse or significant other. You're in a relationship and you are having an even balance in exchange of giving and receiving, but that other person is giving their energy away to something else, maybe to a work project, maybe to a friend in need. And you're not opening up your heart and saying, you know what, I need to have a conversation about how I'm feeling about this. I'm feeling neglected. I'm feeling ignored. Or maybe it's time for you to stand up and help your partner with that burden so that you can bring that balance back in and get things back on track. So they do realize that that's where you're feeling challenged right now, is a little bit more cooperation, compromise, and balance in the relationship. Now, you need to keep in mind too that the angels are asking you to wait for the right time to bring this up. We don't want to necessarily go to our partner or this person when they are feeling really overstressed. Maybe make an appointment to have a discussion with them, invite them to have tea or lunch the next day and just sit down and have a comfortable conversation that's cozy. And that way you're not coming at them with this request to discuss what's going on and what's out of balance when they are already at a place of being so out of balance. That's what's really key with relationships, and keep making sure things do not escalate. Now, they want you to know that they understand that you are really wanting to give birth to some idea, a dream you have. You're wanting to take some time to nurture yourself. And this is how you really feel within this relationship, is maybe you are thinking of taking this relationship to a new level, getting engaged, getting married, or just deepening your connection if you already are married. Again, if this is like a boss or a colleague, taking a project to a new level, getting a promotion. And they want you to know that it is important that you're putting a lot of focus on nurturing yourself in order to bring that strength to the relationship, which sounds a little different if you're like, well, I'm focusing on this relationship. Well, you do have to focus on yourself first in order for that to really be valuable there. So they want you to know that that's important there, and to not forget that as you continue to hear this guidance going forward. Because one of the things they realize is they want you to know about your partner as this other person that you are thinking about is really needing a break. They're really needing a vacation from something. They need more time before they make a decision. So maybe you did go to a boss and ask for a raise or promotion, and because they're so stressed out about another project or how things are going, they can't give you an authentic answer right now. And it's not that they don't think you deserve it, it's that they're just so busy with what they're doing. So this would be where you could just go into a place of meditation and ask your higher self what's really going on with this person. And, if you are close enough with this person, if it's somebody that you can talk to about these things, maybe suggesting to them that they take a break, that they take a vacation, or that they spend more time in quiet meditation or journaling to help them work through all this. So that's going to be really important for you to remember, again, as you are having these open-hearted conversations. And one of the things that you could do, again, to help your partner, this person that they are referring to, is to, maybe review how they are expending their energy. Are you somebody who witnesses them, maybe overspending their energy? Maybe they're overspending with their financial resources and you're noticing something out of balance there. Maybe if it is a work colleague or a friend that you really care about, you're seeing the way that they're putting too much time or money into something that's not really serving them, and that it's time for them to back up and take a look to see where maybe they're being a little too frivolous. It could also be that where you might see that this person is not investing in themselves enough. They're not spending the time on their own personal dreams, or they're not spending time away, taking that vacation or that break is what they're saying. So maybe this is where you can provide that opportunity, saying, hey, you know what? I'll watch the kids and the dog, and you and your best friend go hang out and do something this weekend so that you can get a break and you can get a rest. So whatever comes to mind for you first, that's somewhere where the angels are saying you could be of help to this person that comes to mind for you. Now, they want you to know the way that your person is feeling, this person, about your relationship, is that they don't really understand all the motives behind everything that you do. So that's, again, where these open-hearted conversations can be helpful, and you can learn from your partner about why they are feeling the way they are by just sitting down and having a conversation. If it is a romantic partner, honey, it's really important that I have time to work on my own creative projects so that I can nurture my dreams and what I want to do. And so I'd like to start spending a couple hours on the weekend doing that. How does that make you feel? What do you want to get done on the weekend? And learn what are the things that they want to spend time on. And this is going to be where, again, you can really help the relationship. And I will help this person that you're thinking about, again, spouse, friend, whoever that is for you, go, oh, wow, like this person is motivated to do things that I didn't even realize. And maybe I need some motivation and somebody to support me on the things that I'm doing. So keep that in mind too, as you're looking through the things that you could do to help this person, and you're trying to figure out, what does this other person feel about me? Now, one of the things they also want you to know is that this other person is going through a lot of changes as well. And, like they said about bringing balance in, it really is about some kind of balance with material resources is what they're saying. So whether it's a romantic partner or somebody you're thinking about asking out on a date, or it's your boss, there is some need in their own life to balance where they're putting their time and energy. And this really is where they feel the most challenge in the relationship. Maybe they don't want to let you down about the fact that they know they need to take time away from the relationship to go work on their career. And they feel like, I'm spending all this time with this person because I love them, but I know I really need to go put some time and effort into my work so that I don't get, my budget doesn't get out of control, my finances don't get out of control. So there is some opportunity here to recognize maybe where this person is feeling out of balance with their time and energy as well. So one of the things you want to be cautious about when you are trying to help this person and have these open-hearted conversations with whoever this is not to get overly emotional and dramatic about the way you approach this conversation. I mean, maybe your partner does say, hey, you know what, I'm thinking about applying for this new job opportunity and it's going to take me away from home more. We're not going to get as much time together. And they want you to be contemplative about that and go, well, let me hear more. Can you tell me more about what kind of time you mean that this is going to take for you? Let me hear so I can support you. And that's going to be really helpful, because if you get really dramatic or overly emotional about it, then that could really shut your partner down or this person down from sharing with you where they want to go. They also want to make sure that if it is a romantic partnership, especially if it's a newer one, if you get too dramatic and overly romantic when the other person isn't quite ready, they haven't really revealed to you their true feelings, that could also push them further away too. So if this is a new relationship, and again, not just romance, this could be in work, maybe somebody did call you up and say, hey, I'd like to maybe consider working on a project together. If you get too enthusiastic, that might scare them off. And it doesn't mean that we don't want to be authentic. It's just that we want to be contemplative and we want to gather all the information. We want to really understand their motives as well. And that way you can keep that line of communication going and not potentially, come up with some blocks because this other person misunderstands what you're saying. So one of the things that they want you to know, though, is that this other person is going to be really good at helping you understand where maybe you could accept help from others. They are saying for some of us, this may be where maybe you're the one that's feeling strained with your financial resources or your time and energy. And this other person could be the one that steps up and says, hey, I'll take the kids, or hey, I'll help with carpool so that you can have extra time on that creative project or extra time from work, or even to sleep in a little bit. Maybe you're the one that's overworking and you need rest, you need vacation. So think about that person. Is this somebody that could also offer you support with your time and energy? And then ultimately, they want you to know that if you just keep going with this open-hearted conversation, but waiting for the right time to have it and understanding the motives, then you're going to find things begin to move forward pretty quickly. So the guidance here is to make sure you are thinking things through carefully. Let's say you do have this really great heart-to-heart conversation at the right time when everybody's calm and you can understand the motives, and then the enthusiasm begins to build and you're ready to get going with taking this relationship to a new level or this project to a new level. They want you to make sure you're just slowing down and thinking things through carefully. This is where they want you to make sure you are dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and that will ultimately really help. So if you take the time to take this guidance, slow down, review motives, have these open-hearted conversations, where's my tongue there, then you will see that you will bring unity into this relationship. So again, remembering you may need to seek some heartfelt advice from a third party, seek a mentor. Let's say this is where you're looking to collaborate with a new partner on a project. Maybe you're getting a mentor to advise you on how to approach the project, how to balance the resources so that one partner isn't doing more than others. If it's some type of romantic relationship or family relationship, maybe you are seeking counseling there to have that third party who's neutral to help point out where maybe things may have gotten a little bit out of balance. Now, I want to remind you, I have my digital intuition tracker available. I'll have the comments below. It's on my website, devonduerr.com, or my YouTube store coming very soon, that you can write all these messages down in one easy to track place to help you see what the messages are. And then you can use that gift of hindsight to come back, especially if you do want to come back and listen to this video as many times as you want. Again, you can see what you wrote before and then go back and review that and see what else stands out. So I just wanted to remind you about that digital intuition tracker. And if you're not already, please sign up for my free newsletter at devonduerr.com to get my ebook, Is It a Sign? And that will also help you with tracking your natural born intuitive abilities there. Just wanted to remind you of that because there are so many messages here for you. But ultimately, the main thing to keep in mind is that the power is in your hands to take this relationship to the next level if you follow the guidance they gave you to make sure you understand the other person's motives, you slow down, you support this person, but you're also being authentic to yourself and making sure you're really nurturing yourself. Thanks for being here, you guys. I love you so much. And remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.